injury updates after Tuesday, especially Stowers, Wataha, Longwell? How are they?
Stowers is, at this point, I'm looking at this, sorry, it's probable. He's been going. I think he's going to be able to play for us, assuming there are no setbacks. So we'll be excited to have him out. Issa is right now doubtful. Again, he's dealing with something that's not long term, but it's needs a little time to recover. So this is just about how it's an injury, but it's just how he can get his range of motion back and kind of deal with the pain of it. We'll see how he responds in the next couple of days. The good thing with Issa is he's banked enough reps where if he's feeling good and we feel like he has the range of motion and there's no further damage going to be done, he'll be out there playing. Who was the other person you asked about?
Longwell.
Longwell's been fine. So he practiced the last 2 days. We have him listed as probable right now, but I think he's looked good. So.
Mason Nelson and Singh, Josh Singh.
Josh is out. Josh, I expect to kind of return to football action over the next few days. So we'll probably do some stuff with him on Saturday and Sunday, individual-wise, and get him prepared to have a great week next week. He's feeling really good, but that was surgical, so just is taking a little more time. And Mason's back. He's practiced this week, so he's good to go. So we recovered a little bit of that D-line depth. Obviously, Issa being banged up is challenging, but I feel good about the guys that are ready to play, and yeah, we'll hopefully find out some more on Issa in the next couple of days.
You know, you look at the depth chart, and there's like all these 300-pound defensive linemen, and the O-line is significantly bigger than the 2012 and 2013 James Franklin teams, and you've got this star quarterback, and you've got a potential first-round tight end. Do you feel any added sense of urgency to like really take advantage of this season internally as a group?
Added sense of urgency would not be the way I would phrase it. Sense of urgency is appropriate, and I think look, man, every year and every team is different, and you learn a lot. I mean, last year was a totally different runway into the season. It's just like there was really this feeling of proving everybody wrong and, us against the world, and we still have that. I mean, I think there's so much language that becomes patronizing around Vanderbilt football that we hear and we acknowledge and we want to change. And yet there's also this feeling that, hey, we feel like we have the best team that we've had since I've been here. We see the ability level in the most important areas, especially in our league. And, for me, in the last few days, it's just been about this can't be a team that gets to Saturday and plays well. It's like we can never grow tired of the process. And so setting the attitude, setting the mindset every day, having our focus. I haven't loved just our operational focus in the last couple of days, and it's nothing glaring, but it's just we're not in training camp anymore. And when you make mistakes, they become touchdowns, and these become really painful lessons on Saturdays in the fall. So this team has to learn how to prepare the right way. We have to go through the entire process of preparation. I'm really glad we have tomorrow to double down on some of the details, and I'm glad we'll have Saturday morning, and I think we need that time. Because what I want is when the ball gets put down, they'll be excited to play. Like these guys want to play, but I want them ready to play. I want them confident with what's going on. So, I guess to come back to your question, my focus and this attitude towards the work that needs to be done in preparation is that level of urgency that things need to be right. And we have the parts and pieces physically and athletically. We have to have the correct mindset and the attitude, and we have to go through the process of preparation to make sure we play well, because as good as we feel like we are, or as good as we feel like we can be, we're not good enough not to show up ready in every single way. So long-winded, Robbie, but
With
the kind of added excitement, publicity, how much of an impact do you expect the fans, like Vanderbilt fans, both students and just, normal fans, to kind of have an impact on the field, both this week and kind of in the season in general?
I'd love to see the students pick up right where we left off, and I'm so excited. I think if there's anything environmental that I'm excited about for Saturday, it's seeing that student section and feeling the energy that they're given, and they're going to be so important to what we establish here. And obviously the stadium being finished gives us a chance to kind of have something that feels complete and whole and encircles the field, all that kind of stuff. I'm worried from the look of it that maybe the new seats are a little too comfortable. I want people out of the seats. But no, I'm energized for that too. And I think Vanderbilt fans, let's talk about them for a second. This is a group that has endured a lot over the years. They deserve a nice space to watch the game. They deserve a great environment, and they deserve a great product on the field. My responsibility is that product on the field, but credit to the Chancellor, credit to Candace, credit to all the people who contributed to these physical changes, because it does make a difference. And Vanderbilt fans can come into this stadium and feel a sense of pride about the fact that we're leveling up here. And again, my job then is to put a product on the field that pulls that energy from them that you speak of, that gives us another advantage in the game.
I think at SEC Media Days, they did like a rep session where they put you guys on the screen as an example of you're not allowed to do defensive line shifts in certain ways anymore. Can you explain that to us, like how that affects things for you guys, if at all?
Well, it doesn't. We have to be, I think there's when you shift your defensive front, you're creating a leverage change pre-snap. So every offensive play is set off a box count. It's set off how you're shaded and who the point is in a run or a pass play. And when you change that late in the pre-snap procedure, you force adjustment from the offense. So there's in the same way an offense shifting formation, right? That's a leverage change. Defensively, you're kind of recounting, re-leveraging what's left. And that creates processing, and that's how you can create a leverage advantage on either side. And again, football's ultimately a game of leverage. Okay, so that is not taken away. Our ability to do that is not taken away. What some teams did when this kind of started becoming popular is they use those leverage changes as opportunities also to try to entice the other team off side. So there were creative ways to do that. You saw D linemen flashing their hands as they moved, dramatic motions, dramatic calls, and it was effective. And we were on the wrong end of that effectiveness, especially in 21. But it's using it as the first example, not the second. So we have to have awareness that you can't do extra things to try to draw the opponent off sides. What you can do is move in a coordinated fashion to change leverage. And, we're not going to do away with the pre-snap movement. We may, at some point, run into a problem with it. We're going to try to find those margins. But everything that we have officials at every practice, and what we've shown and the feedback we've gotten, all has been, we're within the boundaries of what's okay.